TSN. Hey, you see the fans clapping? You know what's coming up? That's right, freestyle. This place goes crazy when the big boys come out here and jump, and a huge international field set to go. This freestyle final will be brought to you by Coors Light. Brian Costa earlier got caught up with one of Montreal's favorites, Mad Mike Jones.
Huge addition to this year's freestyle event is Mad Mike Jones. Mike, you've been a crusher here over the years. You get the crowd eating out of the palm of your hand, man. What brings you back this year after a couple years off?
Well, I wanted to come back for my fans here in Montreal. They're great, and I got hurt. St. Zenon at Tommy Gun, landed short, broke my jaw in 5 places, and shattered my tib and fib, and I've been off for 2 years, and I wanted to come back to my best fans in the world right here in Montreal and show what I can still do.
Mike, you know the level you're at, what you've seen in the sport as a racer and a freestyler. Today's freestyling, what do you see missing from your days? You know, these guys are doing some crazy jumps, maybe more technical than the stuff you guys are pulling off, but you guys really had a relationship with the fans, and do you see that?
Yeah, it's all about the show. I mean, not necessarily the best tricks win. I mean, you can go upside down. I've been doing shows the past month in the States, and I beat the guys that are flipping, just like I did here a couple of times as well. It's all about the show and pleasing the fans and doing something crazy that they don't see, and that's what I'm going to do tonight as well, so we'll see.
Okay, Brian, let's get ready for this freestyle final. The crowd is on the edge of their seat. Paul Smith riding that Coors like the factory freestyle team in Canada, getting ready, for a big executioner, great extension, and a super smooth trick, but the crowd not going crazy just yet.
Well, you know, that was a great trick. He actually had his hand on the ankle. Really good. Jeff Fair now, huge extension with the rock solid. Long hair this year and switched to Yamaha, and it looks like it's really suiting his style. One of the smoothest riders out of Canada.
Here's a rider from France, Thomas Paget, with a huge cliffhanger. Great extension. Crowd liking that. They're starting to warm up, Brian. These riders, or jumpers if you will, have a lot of time to jump. It's a big section, so the crowd getting ready for a full package. There's a combination from Justin Johansson as he goes Indian air to heel clicker. Looks like he didn't get great extension on that heel clicker.
You know, with these big steel ramps, tons of hang time for the riders, so they're able to put together some of those combinations. Great one by Johansson. Mike Jones goes up, and he does a big no-footed whip. A crowd favorite here, Mike Jones. He has actually won the freestyle event before here in Montreal, and of course, he used to race in the Montreal Supercross as a racer for many, many years.
Another former champion is the Thor Apparel, Jeff Fair. He goes for backflip, knock, Brian. The first backflip tonight, and the crowd is loving it.
Fear is so smooth, and you know, back to that Thor gear, he's wearing the baby blue gear, and he looks really sharp out there. Thomas Pages here all the way from France does a killer tsunami there. Great extension from Pages. That guy is made of rubber.
Oh, what is that, the mating dolphin for Jonesy? One of his favorite tricks, Brian.
Boy, Jones is stocky. You can just see the strength on him as he holds a perfect horizontal plane there in midair. A great jump.
Paul Smith with a beautiful rock solid. Brian, here it is on replay. Look at the extension. Hands totally off the motorcycle and back on. I love the style on Smith. The guy is awesome.
Smith, 41 years old and just serving it up. His riding has improved so much. And look at the style of Fear. He does a total underflip, kind of a barrel roll there on the replay, and just lands it like butter, and he's waving to the crowd. Just back to business for him.
Justin Johansson with a nice rock solid. Great extension again, Brian. And think about it, they're letting go of the motorcycle in midair, 40 feet over the ground.
The way freestyle motocross has evolved is just boggles the mind, the tricks that these young athletes are coming up with. Mike Jones loves the Indian air. Don't think we're going to see a black flip from Jones here tonight. Definitely winding down in his career, but oh my goodness, a Cordova backflip by Jeff Fear. That is so difficult. You know, years ago, just the backflip was an unbelievable trick. Now they're doing all the variations and combinations, Travis, of that backflip.
There's the Coors Light girls lining the takeoff ramp for Paget with a big backflip to Indian air. This kid just keeps getting better, jump after jump. Brian, thinking back to what you said, back when we started calling this, the Cordova was a big jump. Now they're combining it with the backflip. There goes Paget. Look at how smooth he is. That's the thing I love about these guys.
Paget started out the evening a little stiff. He's starting to get his groove and his flow really warming up, and the crowd also receptive to that rider from France.
The nice thing about this year's circuit is they got the double ramp, Brian. Here we go, side by side, Jonesy and Johansson with a nice no-hander from Jonesy and a rock solid from Johansson.
We have a big Jones fan right there, and this young lady, her heart just skips a beat when Mike Jones straddles the motorcycle. Jonesy a darling here in Montreal, and for good reason.
Oh,
Pages with a huge tsunami flip
out of town. Did you see Fair come back with that super flip on the other side? Double backflips, Brian, side to side. This place is going crazy. Here we go again with Paget's tsunami flip, Brian. I don't think I've ever seen one of these, certainly not here in Montreal. Oh my goodness, completely upside down.
He's one of only 3 freestylers in the world doing that trick in competition. He is doing so well here tonight, and he's having fun. You see after that jump, him and Fear, they are having a good time out here entertaining these 50,000 fans.
Okay, Fear and Paget again, double ramp, here we go. Side by side backflips. Oh my goodness, Paget with the heart attack. Look back, Brian, you talked about Paget and the tricks that he's doing. Only a couple guys in the world doing that in the freestyle community, and he's busting it out here in Montreal.
Starting to loosen up for sure, having a great time. Where Fear on the outside can only muster up a simple backflip, no variations, but look at the heart attack here on the inside on that yellow Suzuki. Paget's poetry, but look at the landing on Fear too. A bit sideways and off track, a scary moment. I think he must not have been confident, just did the simple backflip with no variation.
Listen to you, a simple, normal, regular backflip here in Montreal.
Crazy.
Jonesy, and he's got the surfer going quite nicely here in Montreal. Ride the big wave out there, fabulous.
Wow, what style from the big man. Total turn down whip by Pages, going completely sideways and then some in midair. The crowd can really relate to that, because a lot of the guys, when they get on their motocross bikes at home, they try to do those whips, but Pages just squares it up beautifully.
Jonesy with another beautiful Indian air. You talk about a legend in the sport of freestyle. Mike Jones is the man.
Yeah, he actually pioneered the kiss of death and introduced that kiss of death here in Montreal years ago with Pages. Just awesome. Does a backflip cliffhanger combo. Unbelievable tricks. And now you know why he's come all the way from France to entertain this crowd. He's a future star.
Pabs, he's holding onto the bike with his boots for crying out loud as he busts out the combination move. We talk about the fact that you have to do combinations now when you get into freestyle, and here it is again.
He's got a special set of bar hooks actually added onto his handlebars for his feet, and a couple of the guys have that now. It's kind of a new thing in freestyle. Man, oh man, and these tricks just keep evolving.
And the crowd here going crazy in Montreal. Thinking back to some of the great champions we've had. Should we add Mr. Thomas Pages to the list? I think so. Taking care of business here in Montreal. And there he is with Dennis Ferrelat from Coors Light accepting his trophy. Just a young man all the way from France. You were right, Brian. On top of the world here in Montreal. Woo! You have been watching the 31st.